At 6 p.m. on June 8th. Call this meeting to order. First item is.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Andre is excused. Eric Gordon.
Here.
Mrs. Ingersoll.
Here.
Mrs. Costa is excused. Mrs. Reckles.
Here.
Mr. Scarrow.
Here.
Mrs. Vaughn.
Awesome. Okay, this has been properly noticed. We don't have any community participation. Introduction to childcare was new course proposal. How on down?
Hello. All right. We have a course proposal from the Family and Consumer Science Department at the high school. This is the third course in the sequence that we want to add so that our students can leave the high school and be able to work in a childcare setting as an assistant teacher. The students would be able to get 2 industry recognized certifications in this class. The one would be assistant childcare teacher. The other would be infant and toddler certification. And notice that the course outline reflects all of the units that the students would need to be able to get those certifications. It does say on there that they would need busing. I have since talked with Stacia about that, and we're going to be working with Jackson so that the students can just walk from the high school to the elementary school to be able to get hours of observation in class time with our 4Kers that are there. So, questions?
And when would it start?
It'll be in the course guide for next school year.
So the course would be until 27, 28.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Questions?
I move to approve the EAHS new course proposal as presented.
Second, please.
I'll second.
Okay. Tumblr. All in favor?
Bye.
Opposed? Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
All right, regular and closed session, school board meeting. You can do it all in one, I'll just. Any comments or changes to either the open or close?
I move to approve the minutes of the May 26, 2026 regular and closed session board meeting, school board meeting as presented.
Second.
Second, we moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
I'll abstain. Right, general and other fund bills.
Business office offers requesting approval for the following U.S. bank check numbers 155-757 to 155-761, BMO check numbers 162-442 to 162-553, wire number 1565 and ACH numbers 860 to 915 for a total of $709,498.93. Do you have any questions?
I'll move to approve the general and other fund bills of June 8th, 2026. U.S. bank check numbers 155-757 to 155-761. BMO check numbers 162-442 to 162-553, wire number 1565, and ACH numbers 60 to 915 in the combined amount of $709,498.93 as presented.
Second, please.
Second.
We moved in second to approve the general and other fund bills on June 8th, 2026. U.S. bank check numbers 155-757 to 155-761. BMO check numbers 162-442 to 162-553 and wire number 1565 and ACH numbers 860 to 915 in the combined amount of $709,498.93 as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that passes. Okay, approval of the intergovernmental agreement with Southeastern Wisconsin Schools Alliance.
All right, this would be a renewal of that agreement. We joined that Eastern Wisconsin Schools Alliance. It's made up of a consortium of school districts in southeastern Wisconsin that
This is basically our
advocating
participation with CISA one, correct?
CISA one and captures a number of CISA two
Oh, but-
schools as well. Burlington, Waterford, Union Grove. Anything west of the I is CISA.
Got it.
To McGuanago's not though, so it kind of carves down. Yes, CISA one and two.
Oh,
On
one and
this.
two, okay.
Eastern corner, yeah. But it does a lot of players that I'm most encouraged with this group, other than any other advocacy or group that we have for legislation.
Any questions or concerns about the agreement? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I move to approve the intergovernmental agreement with Southeastern Wisconsin Schools Alliance as presented.
Second, please.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Who did the second? Was that Heather?
Yes.
Yes.
All
I
right.
think what makes our region pretty interesting is we have a very solid mix of both party representation and Republican leadership that's down located in this part of the state. So it's a really important portion of the state for both parties.
Come on up, Nick. Director's report.
Boy, you guys are flying through this, I gotta talk fast.
Yeah, 48 seconds.
We don't mess around. It doesn't mess around.
My favorite picture of the district office for the cover.
I do like that picture. So this is just one of my quick recaps of where we're at in terms of this school year and things that we've been doing, the things that we are looking to do. So this one isn't really flooded with a lot of pictures or anything because that kind of comes after the summer projects are done. First, I want to kind of go over our staffing overview. Right now we have 45 employees in the department. That would include full-time, part-time workers, as well as some of the seasonal staff that we have, which is a pretty good amount. I want to give a shout out to those 45 guys and gals that work in the department because I think that they go above and beyond on a daily basis to make sure that our buildings, our grounds, and everything are safe and welcoming for everybody that's coming into the district as a guest, our staff, and our students. So I do want to commend them for the job that they have been doing for the last, as long as they've been here. I mean, they're just a tremendous staff that care a lot, to take a lot of pride in the work that they do, and I appreciate them the effort that they put in.
And it's a lot of squares, 750,000 square feet and 210 acres.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fields that we maintain, a lot of green space, a lot of classroom space, so it's a lot.
How long is a seasonal worker? I mean, how many months?
This is our first go around with experimenting with seasonal workers. When Nevis Gonzalez left as a full-time grounds worker, we decided that we were going to implement seasonal workers to work from April through the end of October, give or take, depending on when they were going to do the mowing. It's kind of a way to save a little bit of money, but it also was able for us to bring in additional man hours in terms of part-time workers versus full-time workers, as well as the savings in benefits and all that. But so I can't really give you much of feedback on
No,
success or not, but
I'm just wondering if it's 3 months or more.
no, they actually started this year right around May 1st because we were going through the process in April. So once they got on it, April was so flooded with rain that, I mean, it's probably a good thing we didn't have it. We would have called them off every day anyway. So a couple of the key things that we had to look at this year, I mean, our operating budget is right around $720,000 a year. The best that we can do is try to budget for certain areas and try to hit and stay within the marks. A couple of them that we kind of went over on this year was snow removal. It's not that we had a large amount of snow, it was the amount of occurrences that we had that really messed with us. I mean, it's a lot of salting that went on this year and small snow removals. Within our own, we're able to stay relatively competitive, but we contract out a few of our buildings, and when we outsource it, it kind of adds up in a hurry for the high school, Jackson and DO, because we don't have the equipment to be able to handle those. And that is what really impacts a lot of the snow removal budget. Salting is an expense on there, but really, when we look at that 51,000, it's for salt and it's for contracted services on it. That doesn't include our work going into to remove the snow. It's just the product and the outsourcing. So, we get to net our mark a little bit on that, but you can't really control the mother nature aspect of it.
Was the $35,000 budget based on kind of an average over the last few years, or how did we come up with the 35?
It was when I started, it was around 20.
Uh-huh.
So with salt costs increasing as well as labor costs increasing, I kind of raised it a little bit because we missed a mark over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I thought that 35 was giving me a cushion on it, but
Okay.
I mean, it just keeps going up. And we got notification from the county that they're looking to raise the cost for next year because they realized that they weren't charging for somebody to load the salt. So they want to start to implement those types of fee structures so that they're offsetting their costs to actually. So it's not just salt anymore; it's also the other things.
Do they also bring the salt to us?
No, we go get it.
But they have to load it.
Yeah.
They have to load it.
Yes, okay.
So they purchase large bulk for the area, then, so we get a good price there, but yeah, I don't blame them. It's putting in a fee to cover their costs for management.
So I'm assuming we're taking
Distribution.
this into consideration for this next year's budget?
Yeah, I mean, once we set all the line items, we'll raise it up a little bit more. I'm hoping that we don't get to $50,000 on that one again next year.
Yeah.
We'll check the home.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other ones, in terms of pool operation, I mean, that's another one. I mean, we budget right around the flat rate is $10,000 to $12,000. That covers our chemicals, right? Just for the year. We add a little bit to it, but I mean, the $28,000 we're at right now is pretty accurate in terms of that. There's other, like we did the big Dectron repair, but we didn't really roll that into the cost of pool operation, although it was part of it. It does run in our pool. But it is a large expense there to maintain that pool and keeping it going. And we're a little bit over because you can't control when the VA or UV lights are going to go down or when you have to switch around those types of things. But there is still work that we need to do in the pool.
Is there a way to transfer some of the pool expenses over to Fund 80 because it is used so much by the community?
Yes.
Huh? We are? Okay.
Because we're gonna add that this year.
Okay.
It is the first thing the auditor asked me today. Hey, did you do that to Fund 80 yet?
Okay,
Not yet, next year.
Okay.
so yeah, so we can get some of that covered. We do have,
Here.
But it seems like we just audited
Yes,
Yes.
that's right.
it. You're constantly audited.
yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Got it.
The Dectron unit is the air conditioning unit that serves that area. It's old, it's on its last legs. It's a very expensive, was about $500,000.
I think it was like $640,000.
So that's a larger item that maybe we're hoping to get to when we have a larger capital project when the other referendums are done, because it's
Yeah.
just one of those those type.
Are we anticipating,
expenditures are-
it's reaching the end of its?
I'm hoping it can make it the 5 years.
Still operational?
Yeah.
But it's reaching its end of the life?
It is. We just had the service done on it. We're trying to be as proactive as possible. We're actually even going to go through the process this month of tinting the windows in there to try to eliminate some of the UV light coming in so that maybe we have to cool it a little bit less. Anything that we can do to offset the amount of time that it's running to avoid it shutting down. Because the reality is, if that breaks, if that shuts down, you're talking about a 6-month shutdown period unless you're proactive and you replace it while still functional. So
Which would ruin our.
Yeah, you have no pool.
Swims.
It's not even just that. I mean, if it went down in October, you have no swimming, all winter long.
Does it do a heating as well?
It does not.
Okay, so if it went out, then that would be the time to replace it.
Right, ideally.
But the problem is, yeah, with all those windows around the pool, which creates a beautiful environment, but it's like a greenhouse, so it
Yeah,
puts a lot of stress on that system to cool it, so we're doing, yeah, the, not shades, it's tinting on the windows, and then we could still go in the added tint on the outside of the windows as well to get even more. We'll see how that performs, and I think getting those darkened and really reducing the amount of UV light coming in will help a lot.
so when that unit has to get replaced, whether it goes down suddenly or we just plan for replacement, you're telling me that it takes 6 months to replace it?
It's a 6-month lead time to get all the parts.
Oh, okay, got it.
So, I mean, the actual time to do the work is about a month, but I mean,
Okay.
if we plan accordingly, then yeah, we could keep it running and then we have a 1-month shutdown.
Okay, so we could do that. We might have a summer where
Yeah.
we wouldn't be able to offer swim lessons for a month or something, but
Or we do it in
Or
March,
do it in the fall or in the spring.
yeah, before or after a season so that we're back up and running by
Sure.
the summer.
okay, March, yeah.
Does it always run though to pull the humidity out of that area?
There's always a unit running, whether it's the unit downstairs or not. I mean, we have problems down in the basement because there's so much lack of circulation with the chemicals that are in there. We need to look at addressing that because everything corrodes and rusts down in the basement, but
Yeah.
we're just doing the best we can.
Yeah.
And as far as building maintenance, large reason that will go ahead over this year is because of the amount of repairs that we're doing internally. I mean, we're trying to do our due diligence and all that to make sure that we're not contracting out. So this is an okay one to go over on because it tells us that we're trying to tackle, yeah, there's some unexpected hits that we got. But then there's a lot of stuff that, like I said, we're handling on ourselves. But we're able to offset a lot of these costs by cost cutting measures that we did within the department. One of the biggest ones that we have is that we have a slow rollover into different paper products. I mean, we've been switching out our roll towel and our toilet paper dispensers, which might sound very, very minor, right? But once it's fully implemented, that's about a $25,000 to $30,000 a year savings by going from a proprietary roll towel to universal roll towel. So
Oh my goodness.
although the initial savings isn't all there because we have to purchase the dispensers,
Sure.
right? By year 2, by year 3, I mean, to 30,000, and that doesn't even include the batteries that are used to operate those automatic ones. So, so that's one of the big ones that we did to be able to kind of cut back on costs. We're able to use some other things there, but these are just some of the recent projects that we did. Some of these were planned, some of these were not. I mean, the auditorium HVAC fan wall assembly, we planned on that one. We knew that was coming. We knew that we needed to fix the auditorium one. The unexpected, and then the safe step sidewalks, which is on the bottom, small one, but we knew that we needed to do those. But some of the other with the PA strobe lights and repairs, those were all things that we were able to roll in to some other ones we did. Now the PA strobe light repair, just a little bit of background on that. One of the concerns at the high school was that in the loud areas, whether it be the welding shop, wood shops, or weight rooms and all those types of things, when PA announcements are coming, they don't know that they're actually being broadcasted. So we attach strobes in those areas so that when the PA system is activated, there's a flash that starts to go on in the walls to get their attention so that they know that there's an announcement going on. And that way, if there's ever a lockdown type of a scenario or even a drill, they can actually know that they have to turn on the music or turn off the equipment so that they can hear what's being said. And that was one of the things that, Dan Keel was pretty, and I wouldn't say animate, but they really wanted to be able to see that because of the loud volumes in those areas.
Sure.
And we did that along with our fire panel repairs to get that all taken care of. And we also found that, like in a lot of the PA announcements and the fire panels, they weren't heard outside, right? So when they had the all call clears, we had a lot of quiet areas that we needed to be able to bring back. The replace 2 water heaters, yeah, we definitely did not plan on that. I mean, and that cost is a little bit low there. I mean, we had 2 water heaters go out of Tibbetts in the last month of the school year, which is a painful thing. But the one that we just replaced was actually $12,000 to replace, and the other one that we did was in the kitchen, which obviously they need hot water. That was $10,000, so $22,000 to replace 2 water heaters. I just got the bill. I can update this. It's unfortunate, but I mean, and then the lockdown shades, you guys kind of saw that in one of our last ones. That's just one of the things that we're working on. Some of the summer projects that we're still looking to do here, I mean, replace 2 roof sections at Jackson. Obviously, the project's a little bit behind in terms of getting them here. April was nothing but rain, so April roofs are May, May roofs are June, June roofs hopefully we can get to soon. Have the replace UV light over at the pool, tinted windows. I mean, they're all general maintenance items here for this month, and then once we roll over to the new fiscal year, we'll be able to look at some new stuff, which would take us to our last page, and that's just kind of some of the things I've identified as areas that we may look at in the next fiscal year, but just some little projects that we have out there that may need attention. So it's kind of the state of where we're at right now. And again, this isn't necessarily saying that those are projects that we're going to do. Those are just identified areas.
Great.
Questions? All right.
Thank you very much.
All right, I'll make pictures back next time.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, first reading of the 2026-2027 Delivery District Budget. Yes, you're gonna talk about that, Chris?
This is me?
Yes.
Oh.
You.
How has it
Oh, it's
been?
Bridget.
How has it been presented in the past? So this is, should I just go ahead and read off the?
I mean,
or,
hopefully we
how do you-
all read
Right,
the
yeah.
introduction. I think that it was a great summary.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
So the basic of the biennium budget is, you know, we are gonna get $325 per pupil. There is no property tax, so our per student level is gonna go up. There is no generalized aid, which means our property taxes are gonna go up to meet that $325 per student. High cost special education reimbursement is gonna be increased to 45%, but really it's probably gonna be 41%. Our numbers for this last year just came in at 38%.
Okay.
The high cost special ed aid, it says it's gonna be 90%. I'm gonna figure 50%.
Yeah.
So, and that's because they do what's called some certain.
Mhm.
And I don't know, the Legislative Fiscal Bureau has a great reputation for really projecting numbers accurately.
Mhm.
These are areas they never project accurately.
No.
So, and that's what they base that, okay, this is how much you need to reimburse 45%.
A lot of that
Come
is
back,
the school districts in the state are spending more money on special education
Right.
than they're planning. So that's why that percentage comes. So they're reimbursing the
Yeah.
higher amounts for
Yeah.
everybody. And that's why when MPS got their numbers squared last year, it really drove down the percentage for the rest of the state.
I would point out as well, this 325 per pupil increase, say we have how many resident students? 2,700. That doesn't incorporate the funding formula, which will back out our declining enrollment.
Right.
So we're not going to go up 325 per those students because we have to back out the declining enrollment piece. Yeah.
We're projecting this is built off of a decrease of 60 students, which we're gonna see in the elementary level for sure. And a 0 open enrollment
Right.
increase or decrease.
Yep.
Right, that mirror what we had this year.
Yep.
So when we have a larger increase than anticipated, it'll make things a little bit more rosier than we would have hoped. The budget reduction and saving additional revenue, that's also on page 5. That's exactly what we went over in our budget retreat.
Yep.
One of the things that Mr. Tadlock pointed out was that in the overall deficit of the budget doesn't reflect the same as our target reduction. A lot of these numbers are still moving. That $1.7 million reduction on page 5 was represented in that goal that we were trying to achieve.
Mhm.
There's still many things within the budget itself that are in flux all the way until October when we go for the final one.
Mhm.
The salary schedule market adjustment of 400,000 and the 150,000 of Act 20 that we need to pay for, those were the ones that were kind of the additional spending that we chose to do. And then section 5, the staff reductions and restructuring, the savings of $2.3 million.
Mhm.
We wanted to give our employees a 3% raise, but holy cow, student transportation costs have increased, and that's been reflected in our diesel prices. That
Which
was
is understandable.
so, but our health insurance that we projected at a 6% increase,
Mhm.
our switching of our insurance plan has put that at 0%.
It's saving us money. So.
Correct. There are many things that we didn't really increase the budgetary supplies per student for the schools, right? So that's reflected in that 0%. But yeah, so right now, as this moment, it's probably going to move. There's a shortfall of $125,400, we call it.
And typically, we've been able to
On the
make
left.
up those numbers
Mhm.
throughout the school year.
The open enrollment and or like our hiring, what's currently budgeted in there is whatever the wage was for those outgoing employees. So
Yep.
when we enter in all the new employees, that will shift, and we know the hiring this year, we always work to hire the best candidate possible, and what we're finding is the candidate pool is getting
Small.
Younger.
younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a lot of
A lot of
newer teachers coming in that are
Mhm.
lower on the pay schedule than the outgoing. So there's some savings there that's not calculated in there. So I'm confident the 125, yeah, and we'll be able to close. And knock on wood, I mean, the biggest factor is what's open enrollment do and what's the resident
Mhm.
population do. You know, do the houses that get sold get filled by people with kids, or
Right.
do they not?
Right.
That can have a big impact.
So can you share with me what we have budgeted for capital improvements to our buildings this next year?
Not off the top of my head. I do know that there was a plan to increase it by $30,000.
Right, I did see that.
Yeah, I saw that note, like
So we put it probably around 530 then.
Okay, thank you.
530. And that's just for like doing roofs and stuff, or is that everything?
That would just be capital, so it could be broad. It would include some parking lot work, roof, whatever we can fit within it.
Whatever you identify as the most urgent needs, yeah.
Now, if we ever had an emergency, like say the Dactron unit went out and
Yeah.
holy smoke, that's more than the entire annual budget for
Right.
capital.
Right.
Then there's a number of options that we'd have to look at as a, district would bring a recommendation to us. One, we could utilize fund balance to cover that.
Right.
Two, we could do a state trust fund loan, which is a low interest
Right.
loan from the state designed through that state trust, and then you would build the payments back on that loan into the capital budget, or,
Yeah.
the way you would line item that. But we'd have to cross that bridge when we get there, because, the whole, there's certain projects that boom, if they went out, that's gonna be more than the whole budget for the year. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good question.
And it did used to be 300,000, they moved it to 500.
Yeah.
To be frank, what do they say from an industry standard? Should it be about $1 per square foot?
It should be, yes.
Yes,
So that'd be 770,000.
right, so we're under, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we are under
Yeah.
where we should be.
I just really think we need to start bumping that up. Where's it gonna come from that?
No,
But
There is another fund as well that we could utilize as, let's say we get back into, now our budgets are balanced and we're in the black. These last 2 years, we knew that we were going to be deficit spending to get it back. Which fund is it? Is it Fund 46?
Yeah.
Where the district could say, okay, we're in the positive by 600,000 this year, let's put 300,000 into Fund 46, which would be set aside for capital projects.
Okay.
This building, you could start allocating that way as well, or as the director of the board, wanted us to, I mean, we could do it as soon as this year. If you wanted that capital budget modified to 770, then we could do it. We could shoot for hitting that mark.
I really think we need, we've been starving that area of our budget a long time, right? And we're just gonna pay for it, I think. We don't start generating the funds so that we're going after things more timely. Because things are getting so less expensive. And when you put off maintenance, it's okay, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we, I mean, that's why we do the preliminary budgets. If you'd like for, the next version, we can bump that up to the 770,000, which would be reflective of $1 per square foot, and see, what that does to that overall. That might put us where we're projecting a slight deficit again for one more year, but it puts us on track of working towards that.
You're all good with that?
Yeah.
I'd like to make that right.
I think we need to at least be at the industry standard.
Thank you. Chris, you'll take care of that for us?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Very good. Anything else, Mr. Earl, that you
Well,
want to highlight?
What that does do is our proposed overall tax levy right now is about 7.3%. Now that does have included a little bit more to reduce our debt payment, right? As we've discussed before.
Yeah.
So if we get to the point where we do want, if we were thinking about the tax levy, we can still back that off to not hit that 7%. You think that's too high? If you want, so that'd be.
Yeah.
That question again is are we paying off debt early versus our current tax rate? Like,
I'm all for paying off debt, but the rates that we're paying on that debt is so low
that's also true.
that I feel like the trade-off is much better to back it off of
Yeah.
reducing debt.
Great.
And we have time that we can, because we don't have to set that until the fall.
Right.
And so between now and the fall, who knows, maybe they will go back and revisit the budget repair bill that they had talked about, which would have given significant property tax relief to
Right.
residents in the state.
Yeah.
I haven't heard a lot of chatter on that, but what I had heard is that it's not completely
It's
off
not
the
dead.
table. Yeah, it
Okay.
was the Democrats in the Senate that shut it down.
Okay.
I don't know, but, yeah.
The Fund 10 and Fund 27 summary should look familiar because that's the same one that basically you get every year. Right.
Yep.
And then if you look at the bottom, that's where the tax impact is really going to be. And then after that, it's in this lovely jumble of numbers is the format that the state requires the budget to be posted in officially. The last 7 pages.
Yep.
Yes.
And then on the very last page is our current debt schedule. Our long-term debt schedule. So that we have.
If we don't pay extra on the debt, if we just did the minimum payments, what would, I think that'd be good
It's
for them to look at next time.
$3.5 million. That's what
I mean, as far as when would those 2 of the 3 referendums drop off? If we paid minimums instead of extra.
2030. And then that'd be the first one that's gone. That was to be the far right. And then the second one is 2033.
Okay. Paying extra, I think, would put them both within 5 years of being paid off, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
So that's
It's really creating a fiscal cliff at 2030 that the debt payment drops off, and then ideally you can fill it with if we
want to address those large
to
capital,
fix those big capital items that
Right.
which really puts it just about 2 years away when we should do the facility study again, like we
Yeah.
did. 12 years, well, my first year here. Actually, Mr. Westcott had already completed the facility study on what were the needs. So we probably in a couple of years should revisit that to have it identified. Here's the major items that could be put forward for it.
I could list $1.5 million right now without blinking. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's any questions about how I went about this or?
No, she's done.
No, thank you.
And then I'll do we have to read it a second time if we make it after the adjustment? How's that?
Well, it goes back at no, I think since it'll be at the annual meeting then. You can make the adjustment.
So read it again for the 22nd.
No, I'm saying, I think you can
Okay.
make the modification for the annual meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Second meeting.
Yeah.
Second reading will be at the next meeting.
Well, this is just a preliminary.
This is a preliminary.
That would be the budget. So you're adjusting the preliminary, then that would be the budget being proposed at the annual.
And our first Friday, count can change things.
Yeah, and then you don't actually finalize that or approve
Until
that
October.
until October.
Transfer of service is still at play here. That affects more of the tax levy, but so yeah, there's still some things that aren't backed down.
Okay, the next item is mule at 3,000 and 4,000. The policy committee's gone through them.
There, both the support staff and the professional staff, so they're very similar in the wording. There's only like 2 or 3 policies that are different.
Right.
So that'll make it easier for you as you read through all.
Yeah. And it's listed there which ones they are: 4120, 4124, and 4140. Those 3 policies are different in the 2 series. But other than that, they're all the same.
The policy committee is working on the 7,000 series. Once that is done, I believe we just have the 5 and the 6,000.
I thought she said we have 3 more to review.
One of the 2 buses.
What?
Yeah, we have 3 more to review.
All right, I guess 3 more.
We're done. Then we do that.
Hey, I have some to go, but
Yeah, I thought we did 6,000.
We did.
Okay.
We don't
So,
want to do it again.
right. The goal is to have everything reviewed by the end of this year so that the board can adopt fully. We'll adopt all of it together, either in January or February.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the goal. We're meeting twice a month, so we're on track to be able to do that.
Awesome, thank you guys. I know it's a lot of work.
It is, but it's worth it.
Yes,
All right.
all right.
So,
Yeah, go ahead. High school crime and statistics report.
yeah, so last year there was new legislation enacted that they wanted specific crimes reported or that took place on school grounds. So this is the official survey of the crime reports that took place at the schools, where there were charges levied. We had 3 robbery and thefts at the high school.
So these are through last year? And is this at a school year or is this by? Okay, I just was confused by the timestamp.
That's strange, yeah, because I sent it out, that should be 2026.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I was confused by the timestamp. I didn't know if we were looking at last year's numbers or and it's by the school year, correct? The
By
school
the
calendar?
school year, yeah.
Okay,
So this is this school year's data.
got it.
Yeah. I don't know why the timestamp says 2020. It's good. I'll have to look at that Google form. Strange. But 3 thefts robbery, by far our largest is the use of controlled substances. That could be alcohol, nicotine, marijuana. Vapes, any of that, you got 24 at the high school.
How does that
14
compare to previous years?
I'd have to go back and pull that. I don't, with this being a new report, I don't have the prior years. Anecdotally, I feel like that's lower,
Okay.
but I'd have to double check with that. 0 at options.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Virtual school. It could just be now, I do know there was a crime, but it was reported up in like Winnebago. That one of the optional students had gotten in trouble for that, was trying to alert law enforcement, but that's not on our school crime report there.
Yeah.
But, then we have a violation of municipal ordinance, relating to disorderly conduct. So that's 1 and 1. And again, it's just high school reports, and still will include middle school.
Okay.
Right, yeah, that's just as you do submit the report and for the board to review it, so.
All right, personnel recommendations.
All right. We have a number of personnel recommendations. The elementary did a lot of the hiring last week. We had a number of retirements, and we had 3 elementary teachers that transferred to options. So that opened up, I believe, 7 positions after the attrition. They filled 6 of the 7. They're going back for to interview more for the other. This is a list of the different appointments on the various positions. If you have any questions, I can answer.
I'll just make a comment that I appreciated in the notes, letting us know where they're currently at and where they're transferring to. Well, obviously we can see where they're transferring to, but where they're currently at,
Yes.
so that we can understand the shift. So that's great. Thank you.
No questions, entertain a motion to approve the recommendation.
I move to approve the personnel recommendation sheet for June 8th, 2026, including new employee employment contracts conditioned upon passing the background check and district mandated drug screening as presented.
Second, please.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, acceptance of school gifts.
Right. We've got 3 gifts this evening. Tibbetts Elementary PTA has donated $445 to the music department and $9,112 to the art department. Joanne Schaefer has donated $9,587 towards the cost of 2 Daktronics basketball scoreboards. And then Carol Trucco has donated various materials and items to the matching machining shop. Sorry, my allergies are funny. EAHS valued at $6,107. Like, what's the matching shop? We don't have one of those. Machining shop, thank you.
Also,
Amazing donations, all around. Joanne just continues to be an incredible steward for the district. I do have a question though related to her donation. So Daktronics basketball scoreboards, what school are those going into?
Tukey.
Okay, got it. I just was wondering, because I know we've been talking about scoreboards for the main gym, and I just wanted to have clarification on where those scoreboards were going. Got it. Thank you.
Move to accept the gifts.
I move to accept the generous school gifts as presented.
Second, please. Got it? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we got second reading. All right, policies.
The second reading of the class rank and the lobby system. And then the Wisconsin Guarantee Tiebreaker, which would be the proposal to delete it.
Yep.
With the class rank bias. I think comments or questions or discussion. I know Eric Gordon had discussed a possibility of revisiting the C- or better. And considering that, I don't know if you want to speak to that or your thoughts on that at this time, or
I know when it was brought up, it was to encourage students to take tougher courses without penalizing them for taking tougher courses. But since then, I think it's general practice throughout the high school that anyone that wishes to have a retake on a test or some assignment is allowed to do that. It was when I left.
As long as they complete a relearning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
And it's before the unit is completed. Does that make sense? So if there's anything that you want to complete, like formative, you have to have that all in before the summative is taken on that unit. Or if it's a unit, you have to have it done before the next unit summative. So not at any willy-nilly time.
no, but
Yes.
students have an opportunity to get a better grade. And as I had mentioned that if you're redoing something or you're I would expect better than a C-.
I asked why the C- was selected or what the rationale. That's because that's what the college requires for you to. That's where that alignment was. Because I asked, well, you already have built into the lobby system a penalty if you get for example, you're taking an honor point bearing class. Once you complete that course, your number of honor points are multiplied by your GPA. So if you get a C in a class, it's going to be worth 2 points. If you get an A, it's going to be worth 4 points. If you get a D, it would be worth 1 point. So inherently, regardless of what grade you get, there's a penalty or there's accountability for the level of grade that you get with the recognition. So I asked, well, why a C- instead of just don't even speak to it? If you get a D, you get 1 point. You're not getting 4 points. There's a penalty there that's going to knock you down on your ranking. And what I was told was they put C- in because that's what the colleges require for you to receive the college credit.
Got it.
And that was the purpose of putting the honor point with it, was that criteria. Is it a college level course? And well, if the college isn't going to give you the credit for it, then that's why it's structured that you're not going to receive the honor point recognition for it. That doesn't mean we have to stick to that or adhere to that.
With that explanation, I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it makes sense.
But when I first read it, I did not understand that.
Sure.
Yeah. I didn't either until I had spoken to them today. I had forgotten that or didn't recall that part of the discussion. But that was the rationale on that. Okay. So we're okay with any other discussion on this time? And we had some discussion. I thought it was interesting between our student trustees, where one felt like, hey, I prefer to just be GPA. The other one was like, no, I really think that, the level of rigor of courses that you're taking does have an impact. And I think, she was valedictorian.
Right.
Which with a slightly lower GPA. So it does recognize, and again, not that it's bad GPA. It's just, and that's what's impossible with those type of recognitions, is unless the same students take the same courses, even the same time, the same teachers, it's
And that's why a lot of districts have got rid of the valedictorian and salutatorian designation because of that.
Yeah, most lottery systems that I'm familiar with don't. They don't have that recognition. They move to that summa magna laude. Okay. And that's, I think, when we get to that in the policy section, we could have that discussion as the board at that point. Okay.
And then we just start adding the with the what?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, there is criteria on the youth apprenticeship one, I think.
And then the guaranteed Wisconsin guaranteed admission.
Yeah.
As well.
Correct.
We're voting on.
Yes,
Yeah,
this was the second reading.
yeah, looking for to approve the policy and then delete the other policy. So we're
I move to approve revised policy 345.11 class rank and lauding system and to delete policy 345.7 Act 95 Wisconsin guarantee tiebreaker as presented.
second, please.
Second.
All right. Any other questions? Otherwise, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. All right, second reading of the proposed 2026-2027 student parent handbook.
Did not receive any further suggestions or requests for changes.
Oh. This is like a really kind of stupid thing and I can't even, oh, here it is. It's under, section 4, student information under dress and grooming. This is more of a formatting thing, but just a suggestion because it has been confusing to parents in the past. Could we somehow separate, I know it says elementary and there's a colon and then it says middle school and high school and then there, but could we like somehow highlight that out a little bit more, maybe underline it, something to draw attention to the fact that you're looking at the elementary or you're looking at the
middle school, high
middle
school.
school and high school.
Please bold those and
Or something,
okay.
just to kind of
Make them stand out.
make it stand out more, because it has been confusing in the past. People are like, why is this in here twice?
Then
Like, it's not, they're two different. Yeah,
We'll make a, no, I know Jody listens to the tape, if we could.
That's simple enough.
yeah, it was just was it anything that I had this more of a forgetting thing.
Need a motion to approve.
Last one.
Last one. Okay, there we go. I move to approve the 2026-2027 student/parent handbook as presented.
All right, second, please.
I'll second.
So moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Any announcements?
Hey, I have no further announcements
I
at
have
this time. Yes, right.
Next Tuesday is the CISA 2 delegate convention. That's what they call it. They call it the delegate convention at Whitewater. And I will, as your CISA 2 representative, I will be there.
Okay.
Do they fit them all in the room? Is it tight or a lot of people there?
To be honest, it's not widely attended.
Delegates show up.
I'd say at least half of the delegates.
And what are some of the things that you'll be
Well,
voting on or?
really nothing to vote on.
Okay.
No, there really isn't anything
So-
about it. And what's interesting is might be the speakers, because they have gotten some good speakers in the past.
Okay.
But voting, no.
Okay.
They have their control committee or something like that. It's a very oddly named
Control board or.
Yeah. So that each of the groups, I mean, all school districts are divided into, I don't know, maybe 12 different groups. It always amazes me how big CISA 2 is. When you see it goes to the lake and then goes way past, or at least to Janesville, and then goes north to DeForest. I see a forest there.
It goes all the way, New Glarus was in CISA 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've been in CISA 2 almost my entire career from New Glarus over, so yeah.
And I think that's part of it is when you're that far north
Or west.
coming
and-
back to,
Yeah.
White.
All of Greene County, Dane County, all the way over to
Yeah, that's pretty
parts of
good.
Racine and Kenosha.
So some of the CISAs must be pretty small then.
Well, seeing that we don't have any other agenda items, entertain a motion to adjourn. Pretty good.
Kyle moved to adjourn. I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks, everybody.
So bad about reading this. It's like. I'm the first one, the second today. Baby steps.
All right.
Baby steps.